Hey everyone, I am super excited to be here today with actress Taapsee Pannu talking about her upcoming film Loop Lapeta, which is out on Netflix on February 4th. Hi Taapsee, welcome to News 18.
Hi, Bohni. Thank you so much.
So I watched the film and it looks like this roller coaster of like comedy, thrill, suspense, romance. I mean, all everything packed in. And of course, it's the Indian version of a very critically acclaimed film. How tough was it to execute this project and live up to those standards?
Tough. No project is a cakewalk, especially when you've decided to take a new risk or a new chance in every project. That's what I've been trying to do with every film. So even this one, there were physical challenges and then there were mental challenges. Physical challenges, of course, to be able to run, which I ran for 2 weeks straight on the roads of Goa. It was exhausting and borderline fatigue to do that every day for sunrise to sunset. And the other thing mentally was like, yes, you were aware that you were attempting to adapt a cult classic, but I saw that cult classic after I'd heard the narration of Loop Lapeta and said yes to it, which I did immediately after the narration. And that's when I saw the Run Lola Run. And when I saw it, I was like, this is very different. We have just probably taken the core idea of the film and just made a whole different film out of it. So that apprehension for me in my head rested totally. I knew that people will come in with an expectation. Whoever knows about the original or whoever has seen the original will come in was like, okay, let's see what they have tried to do. But soon after, when they're into film, they'll forget that it's anyway related to that, because it is a different world. It is a different. The characters are different. Their lives are different. The film is so different that they'll understand it's an adaptation or a homage and not really a remake. So that mental stress of comparison didn't bother me after a point. And yeah, I mean, mentally, there were a lot of other things. We have the story is about 50 minutes repeated multiple times, but it's my character who knows from start to end every time what went wrong, and what to really expect the next time. None of the other characters know it. So every time I attempt, be it the first run or the second run or the third run, I have to keep in mind what has happened before. And also, I have to keep in mind what Savi has gone through in life before this, and what is the relationship between her and Satya, on what points they agree, they disagree, what they like, dislike about each other, because film doesn't take that much of time to delve into their previous life. So it you have to, like, you discover more about their previous life as and when you are on that run. But I, as an actor, have to keep that in mind before I react in any way during my run. And then keep the memory of the first run, what happened, and then second one, and then the third one. So it was a lot of info to process at every stage, reacting to all the characters who came my way.
Right, right. I mean, the film keeps talking about this one moment in life or one choice or decision in life that could probably change your life forever. In real life, what has been that one decision for you which has probably changed your life completely?
See, I've been very open about the fact that I've never wanted to become an actor, and I never really nurtured that dream, never planned it also, this journey of becoming an actor. So for me, when it happened when I couldn't clear my MBA exam that I wanted to very badly. And then I ended up deciding, okay, fine, before I go for my next attempt, I will just try to divert my mind along with preparing for the next exam. And that ended up get translated into my acting profession, because I went to south to pack my bags and went to south to just, like, learn something new. Me, I just have new experience in life. You're adventurous at that point in life where you've just completed your graduation and want to discover something new about the world and life, and you just go there thinking, I'll come back and give my Indian exam in a year after I've done a little bit of adventure here and there. But that adventure turned out to be my destiny. So that decision of just packing my bags randomly with no dream of becoming an actor, never performing anywhere on stage or anywhere. I've never been an actor, even on stage plays or drama or anything in school or college. Just that very impromptu, impulsive decision of like, just let's just go and try this. I ended up making a career out of it. So that was one decision that changed my life for good.
Right. Like you said, you're running quite a bit in this film, and before this, you were an athlete in Rashmi Rocket. You're a cricketer in Shabash Mithu. I mean, is it just a coincidence that suddenly there are a lot of athletic and sporty characters that you're taking on?
There is no way I can plan this. There is no way I would want it to be like that voluntarily. But yeah, I mean, I think everybody is now well versed with the fact that I can make for a believable athlete because sheer love of sports. Yeah, I've been a huge sports lover, a sports fan. I've watched more sports than movies actually. So I think that love for sports that's been there since my childhood kind of now is getting into use here in films. Never really wanted to be a sports person because for some reason in my head I never saw that as a career option for myself. I just enjoyed playing different kind of sports is why I think that is quite visible. That's why I've been pretty active outdoor person, and hence I think be it action or be it sports, it kind of like seamlessly fits in with my body language, and hence people want to like cast me for these roles. But this film very unexpectedly landed in my hands just after Rashmi Rocket, and it's strangely without my intervention is like where Rashmi Rocket ends, this film begins because Rashmi ends with the final race, and this begins with the fact in that race when she gets injured and then is retired and she gives up athletics. So it just very coincidentally has become like a follow up of sorts. I didn't really plan it like that.
Right, right. But I mean, these films are also like physically demanding, right? So you need to be in your best shape and fit at your fittest. Is that kind of demanding because it's not just acting, it's also physically having the stamina to be able to pull off that character?
Yeah, but that thankfully was taken care of because of Rashmi Rocket, because of the kind of build that I had made. I remember Loop Lapeta has been a film where we finished the film in two schedules. And in the first schedule, I was training for Rashmi Rocket while I was shooting for Loop Lapeta, because just after the first schedule of Loop Lapeta, I had to film the races for Rashmi Rocket. So I was kind of my peak of my fitness at that time. But that first schedule was all indoor, no really outdoor running. And then I finished the Rashmi races, and then I went to the outdoor schedule of Loop Lapeta, which was all about running. So I ended up exhausting myself to like the maximum limits. I didn't run for Rashmi that much because, and even because that was just 100 meters, 200 meters stretch, and that on professional tracks. But when I was running for Loop Lapeta, I was running on roads and over potholes and hurdles and all those things for 2 weeks at a stretch. And every stretch that I ran, I had to run 3 times over with different emotion, with different body language every time. So that was very, very challenging. So I think all the fitness and stamina that I'd built almost for a year for Rashmi is what came to use during Loop Lapeta. And while I was running for in Goa for Loop in that second schedule, I was now training for Shabash Mithu. So every day I used to in the morning wake up for my cricket training, do that, and then go for the run for Loop.
Wow, wow. Very, very active life. Oh my God.
Exhausting almost.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. So Loop Lapeta is coming out on February 4th, which was Shabash Mithu's theatrical release date, right? I mean, is there like a change in that, or has a decision been
Yeah, of
taken?
course, there's definitely a change in that, but there is no decision I'm aware of that with the release date as yet, because I think as of now as well, nobody really knows when the theaters are opening and when the films will be safe enough to be shown in theaters. So producers have to take that call.
Right, right. But I'm sure you're glad that Loop Lapeta is coming out on OTT, and for that there is no like hurdle there. And And
No,
I also think,
I'm
yeah.
more than happy. I'm glad it is coming out right now. I always wanted Loop to be followed by Rashmi as soon as possible. And I'm glad it is happening like that. And I'm glad it's actually it's happening at the perfect time. Because right now there aren't theaters aren't really open for new releases as of now, and the new releases are only happening on OTT. So I think this is also a good time to release the film on OTT.
Also, I think it's perfect for the OTT audience. I mean, as an audience, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. I think. See, now the thing is, the same people who watch the film on OTT are the people who go to watch films in theater. Last 2 years, the theater people didn't have an option than to become an OTT audience. So they ended up seeing the kind of content on OTT which they didn't see in theaters, and their palette has started changing a little bit now. So it is really very interesting to see what kind of films the same audience is going to go and watch in theater, because the film watching palette has kind of changed over last 2 years, seeing the kind of content that's there on OTT. So I'm not very sure that because this film, when I said yes to, I wanted it to be a theatrical release. We all wanted it to be a theatrical release, because we firmly believe that there's an audience for this kind of film. No film is made for universal audience. No film is made for all kinds of people. So it's better you accept that every film has its own audience, and it's better. The tricky part is, will it find its audience or no? So I was sure that this film will find its audience, be it theater or on OTT.
Great, great. So we'll know how the audience likes it once it's out on Feb 4th. And all the best to you, Tapsi, for Loop Lapeta.
Thank
I
you.
love the
Thank you so much.
film. And
Thank you, Bohni.
thank you so much for your time today and all the best. Please take care.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.